Welcome back or welcome in to my channel. Today I got a special video on why I hate each and every team in the major leagues, including my own team. That being said, let's get into it. We're going to go in chronological order here, the National League West all the way to the American League East. We're going to lead things off with the Dodgers, get them out the way first. Why do I hate the Dodgers? Well, as a Dodger fan, I hate the Dodgers because they let me down the most. It gives me constant heartbreak. It's really unfortunate, but it's part of the description of being a Dodgers fan, constant heartbreak and disappointment. Why do I hate the San Francisco Giants? I mean, it's pretty obvious as a Dodger fan. I don't need to explain it. Every Dodger fan knows, every Giant fan knows. There's no love lost between these two rivals. I do not like the Giants whatsoever. San Francisco, black and orange, I hate it. All of it, I hate it. The Arizona Diamondbacks are a different one. I don't hate them as much as the Giants, but I will say stop making teal and purple a thing. I'm going to zag here. Stop making purple and teal a thing. I know people love it. They want to see it come back. I don't. You're the Diamondbacks. You're not the Sea Monsters. You're the Diamondbacks. Why do I hate the San Diego Padres? Arrogant fans started winning a little bit. Kind of got used to some winning. Let's just be honest. You're still the Padres. You still have a lot of work to do. I know there's Padre fans that watch my videos. There are Padre fans out there that are really arrogant and they need to be checked. This year was a good checking. Colorado Rockies, you know what? I do want to see the Rockies do well, but unfortunately their owner is much to be displeased about. I do not like their owner, how they could really not care any less about the team. They just want to sell some beers, get people in the ballpark, 45,000 fans every year, and they're fine. The Cardinals, this one was super easy for me. I absolutely despise the red seats. I cannot stand the red seats in Busch Stadium. It's an eyesore every time I look at it. I just cannot do it. And they also gave me a lot of heartbreak back in my younger days. I hate the Pittsburgh Pirates. I really struggled a lot to find a reason to hate the Pirates. I kind of went back and forth, but really it's because of their owner. You know what? Their owner also sucks as well. Deep owner. They have been in a long lasting rebuild, and Andrew McCutchen should have been a lifelong Pirate. Let's just be honest. For the Cubbies, I do not like watching games there at night. The lighting at Wrigley Field, I get it, built in the 1900s, but it's just super awful to watch a game there at nighttime. It's like so dim, the lighting is off. It's just not a fun experience. For the Cincinnati Reds, it's also similar to the Cardinals. I do not like red seats. Red seats are an eyesore. I mean, please, let's stop making this a thing. Let's leave that in the 2000s when you built the ballparks. For the Milwaukee Brewers, I've been pretty vocal about, if you know me, I despise their updated rebrand that they went through in 2020. It was the worst rebrand of all time. I'll continue to say it until somebody proves me otherwise, but they have a big hill to climb with the Brewers rebrand. For the Washington Nationals, they had some great years there back in the 2010s. After the World Series when they went sideways, it started with Joe Biden throwing out the first pitch to open the 2020 season. Ever since then, it's been a disaster, but their jerseys used to be so clean, not using the W as much. I don't like that at all. For the New York Mets, I do not like their upper deck at Citi Field. That is like 1,000 feet tall. It's always empty like 90% of the time. Steve Cohen's announcing all these plans for Citi Field. How about tear down the third deck, the upper deck? Tear that down. That's the start that Steve Cohen should have made the first thing. For the Atlanta Braves, I kind of struggle with finding something to hate about the Braves, but it's really ditching the cream uniform. I kind of get why they did it. I think I do, because of the Nike 4+1 thing that I can make a video why I hate Nike on its own. But that being said, cream uniform was the best. For the Miami Marlins, it's really just the fact that it's an empty stadium every time I watch Marlins games. And it's really unfortunate. That stadium is a super stadium. It's really nice. Every time I watch Marlins games, it's not a major league feel. Last and certainly least, the Philadelphia Phillies. The most obnoxious fans in all of sports. I mean, do you guys even know what is going on besides just going to the baseball games and pounding a bunch of beers? Do you guys actually know what's going on? Pushing over to the American League side, starting off with Anaheim. Remember, you are Anaheim. I hate the fact that they use Los Angeles in their name. I hate when anyone talks about, oh, from Los Angeles, Angels. No, they're in Anaheim. Please get it correct. As a Dodger fan, they are in Anaheim. They're not LA. Little brother syndrome. Angel fans give off as well. They want to be the Dodgers so bad. For the Astros, I mean, it was pretty simple, right? They were cheaters. They cheated back in 2017 and all that. I was pretty mad about it. It had to go a little bit. But back then, I was not a happy camper. My hatred for the Astros was pretty strong back then. Seattle Mariners, just never have been attracted to the city of Seattle. Just the thought of Seattle just does not do it for me. I don't even want to think about going to Seattle. I don't want to even look at Seattle. I don't like Seattle. Seattle just gives me bad vibes. And the Texas Rangers, I do not like the rebrand that they went through to the Rangers script on the home jerseys, ditching the Texas. I love that they only wore Texas on the uniforms. I do not like the Texas Rangers new uniform. Of course, they won the World Series in them, so of course they're not going to ditch them anytime soon. But yeah, I don't like their jerseys.
This is where I realized I didn't mention the Oakland Athletics. But it's okay because the Oakland Athletics are going to Las Vegas. So I believe that is enough for Oakland fans as it is.
The Kansas City Royals, I also do not like the rebrand that they went through. They kind of went to like an old school look. Please stop living in the 80s, 2020s. Let's get modern with it. Let's not go backwards. The Royals try to go backwards. The Cleveland Guardians, easiest thing to say, they went woke. They went woke, unfortunately, and they ditched their name of the Indians. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but they ditched the Indians name, which was so great. The Chief Wahoo was so amazing. I have that cap in my closet. It's amazing. The Chicago White Sox, I look at the White Sox and I just look at an empty soul. I mean, that ballpark is so empty. It's so soulless. The org is just soulless. I just think of the White Sox as a soulless organization from top to bottom. The Minnesota Twins, I also believe their upper deck is pretty atrocious. Not as atrocious as the New York Mets, but it's pretty atrocious. The upper deck in the outfield. Let's, please, in the new ballparks, stop doing 5 upper decks in the outfield. Not a good look. Please, let's stop doing that. For the Detroit Tigers, Detroit, Michigan, who wants to go to Detroit, Michigan for any reason? I mean, of course, I want to visit every ballpark, but I'll never, ever in my life say, oh, I want to take a trip to Detroit, Michigan. The New York Yankees, I do not like their front office. Paul Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman, it's time to clean house there. It's not the 1990s no more. Let's get some new blood in the Yankees. Let's bring the winning culture back to the Yankees. I want to see the Yankees win, and those guys are not doing it. For the Toronto Blue Jays, it's got to be Canada. Canada is all about hockey. It's all about the Maple Leafs. Baseball is kind of an afterthought there. Let's focus on the Leafs. Do you guys even care about the Blue Jays? You got Joey Votto, though. Joey Votto did come from Canada. Freddie Freeman, somewhat from Canada. Boston Red Sox, it's everything about the Boston Red Sox. Besides San Francisco, I cannot stand Boston. I hate Boston in all of sports. The Red Sox, I really dislike the Red Sox more than I dislike the Yankees. It's not even close. Can never bring myself to root for the Red Sox against anybody. For the Tampa Rays, they're just irrelevant. They're just the most irrelevant team, potentially in all sports. Most Florida teams are pretty relevant in every sport, but the Rays especially, one of the worst stadiums in baseball. Can't even sell out a postseason game. They're just really irrelevant, and I wish they would just be better. And finally, the Baltimore Orioles, yet again, going to end on the upper deck, which means the upper deck stuff needs to stop. It just needs to go away forever. The upper decks, empty upper decks, I don't like seeing empty upper decks when I'm watching on TV, when I'm at the games. Stop making obnoxious upper decks. So there you go, guys. That is my all 30 teams on why I hate each and every MLB team. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on why you hate each and every team. With that being said, I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Later.